It was a bizarre shooting caught on camera in northeast Albuquerque. It involved four men who investigators say were part of a white supremacist group called the Aryan Brotherhood. So who are these guys and are there others like them? Nancy Laughlin found out more about the gang where members are supposed to remain loyal even if that means committing crimes after they get out of prison.
It looked like something out of a movie. May 12th, northeast Albuquerque. A car drives up. Investigators say when Richard Kuykendall tries to get in, bullets start flying. He ducks, then goes around the car, eventually getting inside that car where three men had been fatally shot. Who shot who? That's still under investigation. Kuykendall, they say, ditches a gun, then dumps the men at Casement Presbyterian Hospital. A week later, he's busted, not for murder, but for being a felon in possession of a gun. So who were these guys? Turns out all had long rap sheets, plenty of mugshots, and the feds say were members of the Aryan Brotherhood.
With the Aryan Brotherhood or some of the white prison gangs, there's not a lot of white street gangs. I mean, we have our neo-Nazis, our KKK groups, things of that nature.
Walter Herrera is the head of the New Mexico Gang Investigators Association. He says once someone ends up behind bars, it's not uncommon for them to join a gang.
If you're white, you're outnumbered in the state of New Mexico, and you are going to roll with your own race, and that ends up forming its own inmate politics, if you will.
The Aryan Brotherhood Corrections Department staffers say started in the prison system decades ago.
The Aryan Brotherhood is a gang that actually originated in the state of California back in the 1950s, 1960s.
The feds say over time, the Aryan Brotherhood, or AB as they're also called, spread throughout the country with members inside and outside the prison system, including right here in New Mexico.
I couldn't tell you a specific number, but I mean, it's in the probably hundreds of thousands. When you're talking about a nationwide level.
Members of AB often have tattoos identifying their membership, like White Boy. And it's not just men who are members.
For the female gang members who are affiliated with these groups, oftentimes there's a misconception or a misunderstanding that the female gang members wouldn't be involved in violence.
They say gang members are supposed to stay loyal even when they're out of prison. The New Mexico Department of Corrections tells us there are options for people who don't want any part of this.
You know, the Corrections Department tries to implement programs and incentives and things like that to kind of steer the inmates and these individuals that are involved in these groups away from that mentality. But it's ultimately up to that individual to make that choice that they want to get away from that.
The head of the New Mexico Gang Investigators says all of this is not easy. He says there are 600 documented gangs in New Mexico, including the Aryan Brotherhood. Nancy Laughlin, KOAT Action 7 News.
In 2015, the feds say the S&M prison gang was tied to murders both inside and outside prison and attempting to put a hit on the head of the New Mexico Department of Corrections. The FBI says more than 100 gang members were convicted on federal charges.